Well, that worked. Hey, how we doing? Been a while. It's been a long old while, and honestly, I hope you're well. Thanks for stopping by. Um, I need to make this a very quick one, so we're just gonna get straight into it. 1 second. So, I have to take a couple of bits out of this, out of my old computer. So before we do that, I figured I'd show you all the bits that's going in this new build. Um, it's this. So we have the ASRock B550M ITX. We're gonna rip a Wi-Fi card out of the old one and put it in here. That's why it's like this. We're gonna have this cooler. Noctua's new NHD12L. Very nice. They sent over a spare fan, so we're gonna put two fans in there. Gonna go in a brand new case. I've got the Johnsbow VR3 in white. I'll show you that in a minute. This B550 Tomahawk came with a bundle Ryzen 5 what is it? Ryzen 5 5600X, and I got that on a really good deal. So what I'm actually going to do is just take the CPU, put it with this build and this motherboard and this CPU, which is the Ryzen 5 5600 an APU. That's actually going to go in my new server, so we don't need this at all. Over there. So yeah, new server too, or server upgrade, I should say. So that's this stuff. We're going to prep the motherboard, I think, to start. No, actually, no, we're not. We're going to take everything I need out of the. So here's the old one. This is a metallic gear case. It's the Neo, the original Neo. There's actually only a couple of bits I need out of it. Oh yeah, and the D12L, that's going to be a review on the Player.net website, so check that out very soon. That's coming very, very, very shortly. So what do I need out of this old rig here? I need this graphics card, which is Founders Edition RTX 3070 Ti. I'm just going to take all the old screws out. There she is. All her bloody glory. She's a stunner. Look at that. She's a beauty. Yep, there you go. 3070 Ti. Not lying. I need these power cords. When I knew the 3070 Ti was 100% coming, I went ahead and ordered one of those nice extension cords, and not to use the crappy Nvidia one that came with it. The only other thing I actually need out of here is the that is a kit of R432 from Clev. There's that. And annoyingly, the only other thing, which in this little kit is going to be a bit of a yep. Hit proof. I can't get. There we are. Now this is a really nice case, but because the majority of the time it's going to be sat behind my just gonna not really be gonna probably end up giving this to my brother. It's gonna be his new, along with this motherboard probably, and probably this. So yeah, lucky him. Now then, I do need to get this SSD because we have a new SSD that's going in the system, and I'm basically just need to clone the SSD. But for now, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna grab it out. So we need the power supply cable. Rather nicely. Yeah, and the last one we need the GP. Now then, rather questionably, I am using a 550 watt gold rated power supply with the ITX 3070, but as it's being used downstairs in the lounge, it's not really being put any like under any sort of really load. So it's actually going to be okay. It's been okay for the last little while that I've been using it for VR and for, you know, it's just doing some light gaming, like playing games like stuff you can play on the TV with a controller, like Fall Guys, Rocket League, Crash Bandicoot, like Quadrilogy, or you know, whatever, like Spyro and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I need actually, just that as well. Just the dongle, and everything else is going to stay in there, and probably just going to end up going to my brother. So you, Josh. That's that. Now, now we've got the power supply out. Okay, that's screw. Thank you. Power supply. And just go down here for a minute. Oh, lovely. Let's prep the motherboard. And I've lost it up. So, back plate. Fine. Let's start with the CPU then. Like I say, brand new 5600X. A whole lot of things that essentially go wrong, like a lot of new stuff. It works. I know the RAM works, so that's good. But yeah, this was an OEM deal, so that's why it's in this black box. So if you can get those, save yourself some money, guys. Basically, this. That's done. Now then, let's get some screwdrivers. Getting out. Getting out the trusty old iFixit. Oh, fell on the floor. Both did. Brilliant. I thought that. Oh, the other one's there. Easy. Coolio. So, time, and we have Samsung's 980 Pro, 1TB. It's a Gen 4 SSD. Probably a bit overkill, to be honest, for this computer, but it was on already. So I thought, why the hell? We have the B550 chipset, which works with Gen 4, supports Gen 4, so why the hell not? Nice. SSD installed. That's how easy it is to install an SSD. Especially M.2. Now, the next thing I need is install the RAM. Why not? Full channel, like I said, 16 gig kit, which for gaming and is 3200, which is not really the fastest, but it's just what I had laying around. Now then, the next thing that needs to come out is the back. Oh, sorry, the retention clips. Retention bracket or arms, I don't know. But basically, they're coming off because we Noctua's amazing stuff. Oh. And there's this side up right there, so it must be. And then the camera quality is not the best today, guys. I apologise. Actually, my spare camera is out of action. I had to very quickly appropriate another camera. So what I actually did is I'm using my mobile phone camera over Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's why the quality is sort of. Now then, it's a 5600X. I can't remember if that's a 65 watt or 95 watts. But I have thermal pads. Do I use a thermal pad? Do I use thermal paste? What do you reckon? I'm thinking. I'm thinking thermal paste. I'm pretty sure I'm using a pad on. Just reaching under some paste. Put it in the wrong drawer. There we are. Noctua's finest, NT. Nice little dollop in the middle, not too much. Now then, lovely. I'm using, no, this is cool. I'm supposed to get in the server. Oh, I've done a Derny. I know, that's my server caller. Oh. Was. Silly me. Got my builds confused. That hard work as well. But just goes to show how good the not on and off fast. You know, very nearly just out of the whole caller. Bloody wrong one. Get these back on. I do need to rip the AIO out of the other computer. I forgot that I'm using the IIO. So let's just go ahead and grab that quickly. as well. Great toolkit, that. Great tool. Here's the old system. And I was using a thermal pad. There you go. And it worked perfectly fine. Like, actually really, really, really well. Oh, that was a horrible noise. For some reason. There we go. Now then, just got to do all these. Oh, that was funny. Silly me. Can you all hear me okay? That's the 8 screws for the AIO. I think. Oh, awful noise. And that is. Oh, there we go. Now that the fans should be loose. Sweet as! That's the AIO finally out. So I think that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and just mount the AIO to the... I'm not. We'll leave that for a minute. That's done. Install that. What I'm actually going to do... Wipe off that page. Use a thermal pad. Brand new again. Brand new. Tasty. Spank the camera there, but let's get this new case unboxed. Like lift off the lid. Mandatory. Here's the PCIe riser card. It's Gen 4, which they include with the price. Now this new case was £145 delivered, and it includes a pre-folded Gen 4 riser cable. When usually like that on its own is about half the price of the case. The fact that they include that is pretty freaking amazing. We've got the box of bits by the looks of it. I think that's the ITX adapter. So if you actually can install ITX power supplies in there, that would be pretty amazing. Whole bunch of screws there. Yeah. Really well packaged as well. Nice. Even the baggie kind of feels pretty good. I was expecting to get like some foam inserts, but it's actually this really stuff. So. Lift up from the bottom here. Nice. So as you can see, it's completely mesh all the way around, which is what I want basically. And on the back there is space for everything. So it does take a size ATEX power supply. I read online that it was only ITX. I've read wrong. Now the 550 watts good enough, but now that I know this, I can always upgrade it to a full size ATX. That's so that's awesome. But for now, I'm going to put the ATX because I don't have a spare ATX power. So, if I read right, off comes the lid. That just kind of sits on top, which is a bit weird. But this is completely metal and weighs a ton. So I can imagine it's just going to sit on. There is what looks like a hole there. I put a screw, but there's nothing. So it literally just sits on. Wait to kind of stay there. Now then, we have to undo some screws. Off by the... So I'm going to undo. Still. All right, yeah. I think we have to unscrew. Not this one. That's just holding the. Let's try. Sorry, I just realised my arm's complete. Now then. Oh. Ah. Okay, so it slides out that way. I read that wrong. Oh. Oh, it just slides in and out. That's lush. So there's some rails down here. A few more rails on the bottom, and they just slide in and out. I'm gonna just drop that on the floor. Cool. It also includes this 0.5-inch. It's not going to be. That's nice. Nice touch. If we have a look around this side, CPU mounts here vertically. We have a bracket for 3.5 inches. I think I might need to out because the graphics card is definitely longer. Yeah, 100%. That's stiff. That's what she said. That one, because that looks like a stick. Not coming. Not a sticker, it's just a plastic washer. Back over there. A little bit of paint's coming. So we're just gonna screw that back in that way. Not I think I'll ever want to install a 3.5-inch drive. But that's just going to go back in the box, so I know where all the parts are. Love it, this little sort of rubber handle thing. Like, nice. Just doesn't, like, not really need. So we've got some brass standoffs here. That's to mount. That's to mount this. Interesting. There's a ton of screws here. Absolute ton of screws. Don't think I'm gonna need. What I'm gonna. Let's just do. I mean, I definitely don't. As well. And overall, it's just going to make it a little bit easier to do the stuff. So if you don't need it, I'd probably just say take them. See you guys lurking there. Say hey in the chat. Let me know how you're getting on. Hope you're doing well though. Bye. Checking out the case myself for the first time. Huge standoffs here. Massive. I don't know how well you guys can see these, but massive standoffs. Huge compared to normal. So let's get this back plate. There we go. Sorry, just thought I'd share the stream on some peeps to come and say hey. Yeah, I mean, first impressions. I guess we'll mount the motherboard. Yeah, 100% is going to go here in the front. Power supply is going to go. Graphics card is going to go on the back. Yeah. Awesome. Right, so I need to find screws to mount a few bits, don't I? Handy dandy fan screws that I don't need. Nice that they include those, though. Love that. Right. SSD. Don't need them. Static gauge sticker. As nice as it is, don't really need that either. Yeah. Hard drive screw. No. No hard drives today. More SSDs. No. What are these? Time to get the manual. Remove the external cover. So it's undo screws, job done. Put in the motherboard. So it's saying attach the IO shield. Fill the motherboard with screws in the corresponding position shown. But it's also saying the washer. And it's saying about the PCIe riser card installation. Apparently it thinks there's a cutout down here. Insert the board end of the riser cable into the slot. Secure the screw. Secure the PCIe slot end of the riser cable. Basically just saying fold it over. Screws and washers, so we use more of these. Okay, so that's why they include. I'm not entirely sure that I want to use that. It's telling me to. There's maybe it's because. Not really, no. Nice to see that you can fit a 240 and a 280 radiator. Hard drives and SSD. Actually, the instructions are multilingual, but they're all pretty self-explanatory. The only included block is we've got one of these, but it breaks out to a Type A and a Type C. It's all three. That's pretty. And then we have a power switch and a power LED. That's literally all there is on it. That's nice and easy. Got motherboards. Yeah, just you know what? It's telling me to use the telling me to use the screw with the little red bits under. So I'm just gonna. No, I think lay it down. Just be now. Line up the holes on the back. Bit of a push to. Nice. So actually what I think I'm going to do now is just quickly route the 8-pin through the back. I'm going to have to go. Oh, actually, I don't think it's long. Oh, no, it's long enough. Right. So it's going to have to go like through the back, up and over. So yeah, gonna lay it down. I'm gonna mount it now. There you go. So yeah, something to look out for here with this case, guys. Lift that back out a second. Around the back. Sorry, this is off camera, guys. Yeah. Yeah. What? 1 second. Oh, we're back. That went in really easy. That's also what she said. Thank God for magnetic screw. Not entirely sure I need to put this like little red. I can see why in this case an AIO would be kind of good. Because there's not a lot of room here. You have to for sure use a profile CPU. There we go. That's the back plate. And the motherboard. So, like I say, I just routed this back down the back out of the. So this kind of pre-route. The rest of the stuff. That's really short too. Oh, we are in trouble. Oh dear, that's not going to reach. Oh no. I don't not even think that is an ultra short cable. We rotate this. We rotate this. Best and worst thing about it. Stretched. Yeah, that'll do. It's gonna be race and there's 100% gonna be some air under there. But I'll definitely be swapping this out. Actually, don't need this build, so yay for modular power supplies. Yeah, definitely need that. Very limited amount of power supplies. So I'm gonna have to take another quick look at the manual. One screw fits all, apparently. This build's just sort of unraveling in front of my face here, but that's my fault for not doing my research and just pressing the buy button. But I think we can get away with it. See what screws we. One screw really does feel. Love it. Yep, so or something like that. Go all the way for a sec. There's a little bit of wiggle room here. Have it over. Funny enough, slide as much as possible. Little sewing. On there. Just hold a sec. Last one. The screw was it going? That's alright, it fits. You're in, that's it. Oh, we have it. What a nightmare. Now then. Stand that back up. How well can you guys see? Is it better like that? Kind of in between, really, isn't it? wrap that. And that'll kind of just be out of the way. I'm gonna have to get. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually this front panels down. It is. Find out which. So they're like hidden all the way down here, but they are right out the way. I double check them on. But usually, front panel IOs are the ones that's always on the highest edge. On the that's what power LED plus and minus. I'm separate. Okay, just like. Nice. That's worked out really well. What do you think? So basically fold this around. That mounts there. And then this bit is supposed to go through this bottom and basically just fold all the way around and go in there. So what I think I'm going to mount this rear side bit first. We're going to do that first. Not overly complicated, but there is a bit of like it would have been nice if selling the version PCI 4 ribbon and PCI 3, so I mean I can kind of see why they just chuck it in. But at the same time, like I say, they're selling both, so why not just remount them for you? But like I say, it's also not so I can do it. it's good. That's Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Nice and easy. Weird bit of flex here. I do like that they kind of pre-taped all the angles and stuff for you already. And basically, that feels weird. But it's got some like pre-tensile strength because it's a Gen 4, right? You know what? That way it's super easy and it's great, and I don't really want to bend the cables anymore. Kind of, there's a good kink, but like I say, no more than that would be great. And then over here, I guess you just leave it like that out of the way. We're gonna mount graphics card here. They also include like 3 slots. Don't know how well you guys can see that there, but there's like 3 slots here. Okay, you can see. Yeah, that's that. Power supply's mounted, and it like barely fits. So new PSUs get ordered. But 550 watts with RTX 3070 is kind of pushing. But not playing super demanding games downstairs. I think it's like Fall Guys. Yeah, Fall Guys. Bit of Dirt 5, stuff like that, Rocket League, just fun games that you can play with a controller on there. But that looks, yeah, that all looks really good. I think I'm going to mount the graphics card now. Last thing I'm going to do is just put the AIO. So let's get on with that, because obviously, everybody loves an RTX 3070 Ti. Lining up that back. Oh yeah, satisfying click too. Beautiful. That went in really easy. Yeah, that looks lush. One thing I have just kind of noticed that back of the graphics card spits hot air. Gap down there, pretty much. I have to consider it in the 3rd slot. Out of taking it and taking it this, taking it off of this back plate. Sorry, taking the riser card off of. But I'm just going to leave it as it is for now, and just kind of see what the temperatures are like and stuff, and then I might update you guys with that on a future video. What you think? So we just need to attach the power cable. This is one of these third-party ones I bought on Amazon, but does the job, actually works. So attach that in there. Probably want it. Leave a thumbs up. Comment for a new power supply. That's that down. Nice and easy. I'm gonna kind of hide this cable here down the bottom out the way. I think it might need to be a little bit sort of more out of the way because AIO is gonna. Might try and cover this cable up down the bottom with as much AIO as possible. Yeah. Good. Not much I can do about that really. That cable's there's it's there, it is what it is. Actually, in this case, might be better off just the standard like power cable that came with the graphics card because it's a bit boring. Then just like I say, for now, this is what it is. I can't even remember where I put the box, so That's just IO then. Go. Grab the IO. AIO of choice. What I was using before, basically. And that is the Corsair H100X. So it's the kind of basic one. It's the one that was made by not ITX, whatever the other companies call it. But it's good. Works really well. It's perfect. Great for the job. I'm going to reuse a thermal pad. Bit controversial, isn't it? Pad on a 5600X, but I was doing that before. And I'm just going to put the thermal pad on. No sort of thermal paste gunk. Everyone's a winner as far as I'm concerned. I think what I'm going to have to do though is change the orientation of the fans, but what I think I'm going to just take them off and have to, because I had this as I think I need to change them to intake, so I'm going to mount the block first. I'm going to rip these fans off, I'm going to mount the radiator, and then I'm just going to put the fans on the outside to draw fresh air. So we'll get the block mounted, and then we'll take these off, mounted to here after. One of the best things about this cooler as well is that it just uses stock plastic clips that come with the motherboard and stuff, so that you take any of them off, tighten the 2 screws here, and jobs are good in, so that's nice too. I think what I'm going to do is lay it down. That's always easiest. Let's get that thermal pad. The controversial thermal pad versus thermal pad. But heat transfer is phenomenal. You guys might have seen Linus doing it. That wasn't the reason I bought them. I actually bought them just I wanted to see how. So that's why I bought them. And they work really, like I say, less mess. I want to try not to move. That just kind of squishes. Pressure. Having the block mounted. And I can already feel the pads like perfectly. Yeah, that's great. I know use an electric screwdriver too. You can screw that in all the way. It's fine to go that far. That just lets you know that it's mounted. That's that done. One of the last things. What the CPU fan one. Hot. But I'm gonna try and hide the cable a bit, so we're gonna go down. Much of it back out the way. This one just has this connector just literally report pump. So it gets all of its power from this SATA power. I've just realised I'm actually going to need that SATA cable. So so yay me. We're gonna just throw that up and around. Or something like that. Yeah, jobs are good and that'll do. I'm not using any sort of special ARGB or anything. That's actually kind of annoying that I just need to plug in that whole cable just for that one SATA power connector. These are all the mistakes that everyone makes, but then like the power of like video editing and stuff is that you can edit all the mistakes out of like normal video. Yeah, I just sound like a massive idiot right now. There we go. So, take your hands off. I fix it. Back to the iFix. Or the iFix. Been a pretty sweet little build by the time it's finished. Looking forward to seeing it in the case, you know. Considering the case is all just complete mesh outside. And the fact that you kind of just throw this case, like slide it in and out of the mesh housing on the outside. Yeah, it's good. I'm considering I've heard of John's bow before, but it's kind of just been one of those cases that's like kind of been one of those like case companies that's always sort of been off my radar. But I did a bit of search yesterday, and I wanted something really with just like the best airflow all around for like intakes for like the AIO and intakes for the graphics cards and stuff, just to keep it cool. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be sitting on my TV stand behind my TV. The stand's like quite low to the ground, so I'm gonna sit it on the space behind the TV. So yeah, airflow was kind of just like an important one. So that's how that's gonna go. Space for the radiator. I think actually having the fans on this side is probably good because the radiator's right up against some of these power supplies. You know for a fact that those cables will get chewed up by the fans and stuff. I think that was a good shout. I might as well keep as much of the cables on one side as possible. Kind of drop these in. Then we're going to use the long screws to just go through the fan and into the radiator. And then I can just put the small ones back in the box in the loft. I'll probably just put them in a plastic bag for now. Sit in a drawer until I need them. Yeah, I'm just gonna run a screw. Alright. Looks like an app. Oh, that'll do. That's enough for that one. As I've got a few watchers, but you guys are being very quiet. Can you all let me know you're doing it? Either that or the chat system not working. Looks like it. We're in. Okay, so we can get this fan mounted. This case has been really easy to build in. I was about to say I'm a big fan. Nice. One last screw over here. Then we just got to do the bottom row. Bottom of the radiator. Definitely there. Tighten that up. Nice and that's it. Oh, those cables are right up there against the back of the ring. tight fit. It's not kind of taking blocking the very edge. Yeah, worked out all right. I think these are gonna have to kind of stay. That. They're kind of 100% profile there. The edge of the case is gonna be or like touching that once that goes into. So yeah, that's gonna stay like that. Luckily, the tank on the end of the radiator is higher than this pump as well. So you know the air system. If any bubbles build and stuff kind of end up in here, they're all gonna end up in the top tank too. Tech Jesus from Tech Jesus will be happy as well. Tech Jesus. Everyone's a winner. Sure, you guys have seen that video, right? Must remember to use power cable. Sweet, just making sure the chat system actually does work. It does. Come on, guys, say hello. Let me know how you're doing. This cable's. I'm gonna grab that power cable. Go around the bottom. Go up. Cable around the back here. Yeah. Sort of just leave you down here and pretend you don't exist. Yeah, that's worked out really well. Look at that. Nice. Along with you. Plugged in. All in. And we just need fans. And jobs are good in. Mig, hey, watching from the south coast in Dorset. Nice. Thanks for stopping by. How you doing, mate? And I think the sort of low profileness of it, once I get the outside cover on, it's going to look a million times better. And you're not going to see the really bad cable management as well. So you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. Need to plug these fans into CPU fan 1 head. So they're going to go at the top, run down the back. That huge space on the back has actually worked out so well. Fans can go into this. Nice, so they can spin up depending on the load. That's good. These fans can. Because, like I say, there's no windows or anything, just lots of mesh. So I mean, it's not the tidiest, but it does the job. It'll do the job great. So those cables, they're just going to stay down there. I'm just going to tilt it up so you guys can see what I've done. So overall, I think this has turned out like pretty well. There's a huge gap down there for the intake, for the air intake, and it's going to be fed by. So power supply is going to be one of the things I'm going to change in the future. But for now, for the build today, that's okay. And I had to do it because of this. The 24 pin length is atrociously units. So I had to do that. But like I say, there is a huge gap. Like my finger can easily fit in that gap. So that's fine. Like I say, it's gonna be provided from air in the radiator in the front. Looking at the back here, these are where you're gonna run the cables for the oh, I forgot to screen the graphics. A noob. At least I know. Now we can tighten that. There we go. Eesh. Very nearly cocked that up, didn't I? Right, so cables are in. There's none that's going to get caught when this slides back in. It's going to slide in this. That's mounted. Yeah. So actually, it's going to be a bit of a pain. I think we're going to have to run some cables. Ah, I see. Oh, it's clever. These guys are clever. These case makers are genius. It's all making sense now. So here's the outside. I don't know if you saw it earlier, Smig, but so that's it. The case itself slides into this outside. Just mesh. It's unfiltered, so that doesn't matter, and it's just like that all the way around. And I'll show you why they're clever. So this is going to slide in now, and this will go in piece of piss. Run that under there. For that. Oh yeah, perfect. Now I know the reason why this lid was like that. So you have the lid on top, and basically they've just done it so that you can make it easy to take off to just plug in the cables in the top. Sense. Makes total sense. That was a smart. I really like this case. Yeah, I think it's turned out really well. Should have decent thermals. Oh, you know what? I was thinking the same thing, and that's the reason why I picked this case. I've never in my life used a Johnsbow case before, but thermals are going to be great. And every now and again, I'll just blow it out with the vac. Not the vac. I have a proper vacuum tool, like where it just blows all the air. Actual proper names. Dr. Duster Vac, Duster something. Miles off. Compute Cleaner. One of them, basically. A billion times better than a can of compressor. Get one of them. So yeah, that's the build done. Gonna look into getting a new power supply. Didn't realise that you could actually install full-size ITX power supplies as well. So you know what, that gets an extra thumbs up. So yeah, I'm going to replace this one with a full-size ATX, probably a 750 watt or an 800. Like I say, RTX 3070, 5600X, B554. We got the AIO. And overall, I think the build today has gone pretty damn well. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think that looks fantastic. And that's just going to live like that behind my TV. Stunning. I think that's pretty much it. Hello again. So yeah, will it turn on? Dun dun dun. Oh no, don't do that to me. Oh, all right. Let's find out. Probably should have tested that before I completely put it back together, shouldn't I? We'll leave the top off. Let's find out. This is where it just doesn't work at all. Let me get a cable. Don't have a monitor. I left it downstairs. And it's not even going to beep. But we'll find out. Here we go. In goes the cable. Power's on. I guess. Hopefully the light from the AIO. Nothing. You know what? I think I might have wired that front panel. Love it when this stuff happens live. Let's have a quick look. Jinxed it. Jinxed it. I did. So I presumed foolishly that oh damn it. I presumed that the front panel headers were going to be on the outside. When it turns out they were actually on the inside, but luckily that's a really bloody easy fix, because right now I've got them connected to the USB 2 header. So yeah, and there you go. That's how easy it is to get back into the case. So really like it, and you know what? I think it looks great in the white as well. They do a white and a black option. Oh, I've just realised that's actually going to be a bit of a nightmare getting to. Yeah, like I said, they do a white and a black option. Oh, they're out now. That's good. I have to take out the RAM for it. There we go. We're actually not too far away from each other though, mate. I'm a Devon boy. So yeah, I'm over in Torbay, not too far away. There we are. Nice. That was it. Nice and easy. So let's get this RAM back in. And you know what? I'm not going to put the panel back on for a minute, just in case something else is. We'll find out together. So, in you go. On. No bangs. That's good. A good start. You're Scottish, but if you've lived in Dorset for over 30 years. Here we go. Yes! You can't see because I'm still on the wrong screen. There we go. Look at that. The LED's on. Fans are spinning. Fans are spinning. Nice. This is the first time all of this stuff's been used together, so motherboard kind of might turn off a couple. But off camera, I'm gonna have to plug in an SSD so that I can do a clone to this SSD that I put in here. Got a bit of work to do. Yeah, that's the build. I think I'm going to leave it there, to be honest. There's like, you know, the rest of it's kind of a bit boring off the camera. But yeah, it works. I'm happy. Look at that. We can go back to face cam now. Ooh, hello. So I think that's it for today. I'm gonna tidy up all this mess. But yeah, that's worked out really well. There's a good chance I might be back with the server upgrade live stream as well. And that's going from a B450 to a B550, and a 2200G to a 5600G. So that's gonna be a good little upgrade for the server. Basically, I use it for like transcoding, like Plex and stuff like that. As well as just like storing files, important files, and backups and all that stuff too. So yeah, thanks for joining. It's been a while since I've posted anything on the channel, but Smig, good to see you, mate. And yeah, I'll see you all again soon.